Supreme Mage Dirak. Dirak is a cheerful, handsome, legendary mage, and the leader and creator of the Magister's Council. Dirak's mastery of Genesis is almost unparalleled. In combat, he can summon astrolobes and meteorites through magic circles and have the enemy in the palm of his hand. He can also temporarily unleash the Seal of the Genesis, giving him a massive boost in mana, allowing him to slay all those who dared to stand in his way. Passive. Magic Body. When Dirak's HP reaches 0, his mana is consumed in place to block damage. Skill 1. Celestial Collision. Dirak conjures an astrolabe to move forward. After a brief delay, it will deal continuous damage to enemies that it touches. The astrolabe does full damage to enemies in the inner ring, but reduces damage to enemies in the outer ring. When the astrolabe is forming, it will knock back enemies. If the astrolabe hits an enemy marked with Genesis Mark, it can instantly be recast. Whenever it deals damage to heroes, it will restore Dirak's mana. Skill 2. Meteor Summoning. Dirak places a magic circle in the targeted area. After a short delay or choosing a direction, the circle will summon meteors falling to the ground, dealing damage and knocking enemies back. If the meteor hits an obstacle, it will explode, stunning and inflicting a Genesis Mark on the target. If the magic circle is placed within an obstacle, meteors will instantly rain down, dealing damage and stunning enemies. Passive increases Dirak's vision distance. Skill 3. Genesis Barrier. Dirak summons a magic barrier ahead to block bullets. During this period, it will consume Dirak's mana continuously and grants Dirak with Genesis Command buff. With Genesis Command, Dirak will gain an attack speed bonus. His normal attacks will become special attacks, dealing continuous damage to enemies within range. After 2 seconds, Dirak will unseal and gain the ability Genesis Blast. Unleashing Genesis Blast will deal massive magic damage to enemies within range. If the barrier is successful in absorbing bullets, Dirak will unseal in advance, and each absorption will restore his HP and mana. Dirak is a defensive type of mage hero with excellent casting range. The defensive mechanic of his ultimate allows him to excel in defensive battles holding down a location. He especially excels against ranged heroes. Due to the lack of mobility, his combat capabilities will be reduced severely in pursuits and ambushes. Dirak's passive, which allows his mana to be converted into HP, greatly increases his survivability. In the early stage of landing, Dirak is rather weak. We need to save Skill 2 and use Skill 1 to clear minions. Due to his subpar mobility, Dirak rarely roams in the early stage. He mainly hides in bushes to assist side lane mages and farms monsters. By activating Skill 2 next to a wall, he can hit and mark the enemy, and use the mark to refresh another Skill 1. The continuous control and repeat usage of Skill 1's burst damage will severely injure the enemies or even kill them, allowing no room to retaliate. In the mid to later stage of the game, Dirak will slowly become the core of the team. In defensive battles, Dirak needs to pay attention to his positioning and use Skill 1 to clear minions. If the enemy were to initiate a team fight, we would quickly unleash our ultimate to interrupt their range support and make use of normal attack and range control effect of Skills 1 and 2 to deal damage and obstruct their movements. Finally, use Genesis Blast to finish them off. When attacking, Dirak can unleash his ultimate below a turret to block the turret's attacks and prevent them from clearing minions, forcing them to take the risk and fight in close range. This can provide the chance for allied marksmen to tear down the enemy's tower, weakening the enemy's defensive advantage of the base and increasing the success rate to break through their defenses. These are the main reasons for picking Dirak.